Imagine for a moment that your life is not a series of random events, but a construction site. Right now, if you look around at your habits, your bank account, your relationships, and your peace of mind, you are looking at the building you have built so far. For many of us, we look at this building and we realize the foundation is cracked, the windows are broken, the roof leaks every time there is a storm. We feel frustrated because we live inside this structure every single day. We look at other people living in skyscrapers and fortresses, and we wonder why we are stuck in a shack. We tell ourselves that they got lucky with their materials, or that they inherited a better plot of land. But deep down, you know the truth. You are the architect, and you are also the builder. The reason the building looks this way is because for the last few years, you haven't been building, you've just been surviving. Today marks the day we put the hard hat on. We are going to talk about tearing down the weak parts of your life and rebuilding a skyscraper from the ground up. This is not a quick renovation project. This is a complete structural overhaul. In the world of construction, nothing happens overnight, and if it does, it usually collapses just as fast. We are looking at a timeline of focus, a season of building. The concept is simple, but the execution is rare. Most people are tourists in their own lives. They wander around, looking at things, consuming things, commenting on things. A builder is different. A builder changes the landscape. The first phase of this construction is what we call clearing the site. Before you can build the dream life, you have to remove the debris of the old one. You cannot build a marble floor on top of a pile of trash. You need to look at your weekly routine with a brutal, minimalist eye. What are the activities that are just clutter? The hours spent scrolling through short videos that you don't remember 5 seconds later? The relationships that drain your battery but never charge it? The junk food that clouds your brain with fog? This is all rubble. It is taking up space where your foundation needs to go. You have to bring in the bulldozer. This part is painful because we become attached to our clutter. We treat our distractions like pets. But you have to ask yourself, do you want to be comfortable in a ruin, or do you want to work hard to build a palace? Clear the site, delete the apps, say no to the plans that don't align with the blueprint. Create a patch of empty dirt in your life. That emptiness is not loneliness, it is potential. Once the site is clear, you must pour the foundation. In the architecture of a human being, the foundation is your biology. You cannot have $1 million ambition with a $1 energy level. It simply physically cannot hold the weight. If you try to build a massive career or a massive creative project on top of a body that is sleep-deprived, dehydrated, and sedentary, the structure will snap under the pressure. This is why you see so many people burn out. They added weight before they strengthened the foundation. For the next few months, your job is to become boringly consistent with your biology. Sleep is not a luxury, it is the concrete. Nutrition is not a treat, it is the steel reinforcement. Movement is not a chore, it is the stress testing. You are building a machine capable of doing the heavy lifting required for your dreams. When you wake up with energy, when your mind is sharp, when your body feels capable, you have laid a foundation that can hold anything you decide to build upon it. Now comes the framing. This is where the shape of the building becomes visible. These are your daily habits. A house is not built by one giant miracle. It is built by laying one brick at a time, thousands of times. The problem is, most people hate laying bricks. They want to cut the ribbon at the grand opening. They want the finished product. But the builder learns to love the brick. What is your brick? If you want to be a writer, your brick is 500 words a day. If you want to be wealthy, your brick is earning more than you spend and investing the difference. If you want to be fit, your brick is the gym. It is repetitive, it is often boring, it is unglamorous, but a pile of bricks laid with discipline over 6 months becomes a wall that protects you from the world. You must detach your emotion from the repetition. You don't have to feel like laying the brick, you just have to lay it. As the walls go up, you will encounter the weather. In our metaphor, the weather represents external resistance. There will be rainy days where you feel sad for no reason. There will be storms where unexpected problems hit your finances or your family. There will be heavy winds of criticism from people who are jealous that you are building something while they are still sitting in the rubble. A weak structure collapses in the wind. A strong structure is designed for it. When these days come, and they will come, you do not stop building. You might build slower, but you do not stop. You put on a raincoat and you keep laying bricks. This resilience is what separates the dreamers from the builders. Dreamers wait for sunny days to work. Builders work because the timeline demands it, regardless of the weather. Let's talk about the windows. Windows determine your perspective. They determine what you see when you look out at the world. If your windows are dirty, the world looks dark and hostile. If your windows are clear, the world looks full of opportunity. You clean your windows by curating your inputs. What are you reading? Who are you listening to? If you spend all day listening to news about how the world is ending, you are painting your windows black. You are trapping yourself in a dark room. You need to curate an information diet that lets the light in. Read philosophy that challenges you. Listen to mentors who have already built what you want to build. Study history to understand that hard times create strong men and women. When you change your inputs, you change your view. And when you change your view, you change the way you feel about the work you are doing. The roof is your mindset. It is the covering that protects everything inside from the elements. A roof needs to be pitched so that problems slide off it rather than pooling up and causing leaks. A growth mindset is a high-pitched roof. When a failure happens, it doesn't sit there and rot your ceiling. It slides off and becomes irrigation for the garden. You realize that failure is just data. It is feedback. You tried a material, it didn't work, so now you use a different material. You don't take it personally. You don't say, I am a failure. You say, that method failed. This distinction is crucial. The roof protects your self-esteem. It ensures that the sanctuary you are building inside remains dry and warm, no matter how chaotic the storm is outside. Now we must address the interior design. This is your soul. This is your why. You can build a massive, impressive fortress, but if the inside is cold and empty, you will be miserable. Why are you building this? Is it for approval? Is it to prove your high school teacher wrong? Is it to make your ex jealous? Those are weak decorations. They will fade. You need to furnish your house with a purpose that is intrinsic. You build because you want to see what you are capable of. You build because you want to provide for your family. You build because the act of creation is what humans were designed for. When you fill your rooms with gratitude and purpose, the house becomes a home. It becomes a place where you actually want to live. There is a phase in construction that creates the most anxiety, the drywall phase. The structure is up, the plumbing is in, but it still looks ugly. It doesn't look like a magazine cover yet. It looks like a mess of wires and dust. This is the middle of your journey. You have been working for 3 months. You're tired. You have sacrificed your fun, but you don't have the millions yet. You don't have the perfect body yet. You look in the mirror and you see a construction site. Most people walk off the job right here. They say, this isn't working. It's too hard. They leave the house half-built and it eventually turns into a ruin. You must understand that the messy middle is necessary. You have to trust the blueprint. You don't judge the house while it's being built. You judge it when it's done. Keep working through the ugliness. The paint is coming, the furniture is coming, but only if you finish the drywall. Finally, the landscaping. This is how your life interacts with the community around you. Once your house is in order, you can start planting a garden for others. You become a resource. You become a place of refuge. When you have built yourself up, you have the capacity to help others build. You stop being a person who needs things from the world, and you become a person who gives things to the world. A dream builder doesn't just build for themselves, they build to upgrade the entire neighborhood. Your success becomes proof to your friends and family that it is possible for them too. Your discipline becomes a lighthouse for their storms. So here is your assignment. The permit has been approved. The materials are delivered. You are standing on the empty lot of your potential. You can choose to sit down in the dirt and play on your phone waiting for a savior to come build a house for you, or you can pick up the shovel. It is going to be heavy. You are going to get blisters. You are going to sweat. There will be days where you want to quit and go back to renting a life from someone else. But there is no satisfaction like the day you turn the key in the lock of a life you built with your own hands. The blueprint is in your mind. The time is now. Start digging.